Hello. I want you to imagine your favorite sports person of all time. I want you to imagine them holding a big trophy. It doesn't matter who he or she is, but I bet they are very happy. This year's David Beckham holding the Champions League title in 1999, and he sure looks happy. But do we really know what is going on inside of these athletes' heads? My name is Callum Thompson, and I'm a future Division I soccer player for UNC Asheville. I'm someone who's been around the competitive sports scene his entire life, and I've been in the professional scene to even working with younger kids. Mental health is something that used to get overlooked in sports, but is now something that is being looked at excessively. Mental health can separate a good from a great athlete. Mental health can be seen in many different ways. Today, I'm going to be talking about the effects that competitive sports can have on athletes' mental health. These ways can include depression. Some athletes use their sport to relieve stress, and competitive sports can create good and bad pressure. For the first one, we are going to be talking about depression. According to the National Library of Medicine, depression is a disabling mental order that adversely affects work, sleeping, eating, and family. An example of this in sports would be with collegiate athletes. According to the National Library of Medicine, 15 to 20% of collegiate athletes struggle with depression daily. These numbers are high for athletes, and these can be caused to many different outcomes. Some athletes struggle with homesickness. Some athletes struggle with balancing school and sport. And some athletes do not like the situation they are in. Athletes can be described as weak for not speaking out. This can lead to depression as well. Holding in your depression is never a good thing. Athletes are seen as weak in the sports scene because of speaking out. This causes athletes to not want to speak out. The next topic we're going to be moving to is athletes using their sport to relieve stress. Many athletes use their sport to relieve their stress because of many different outcomes. Some athletes come from bad home lives, bad financial status, or other circumstances. Their sports have gotten them out of these situations, and this has led them to a better life ultimately. Stress in sports can also be relieved with coaches. Good coaches can become great role models for athletes. A good coach can help an athlete get out of a bad situation, and ultimately this is that athlete using his sport to make a connection to help relieve stress. Another way that stress is relieved in sports is that it is giving an athlete a good way to relieve stress other than finding other alternatives such as drugs or criminal activity. The last topic is going to be pressure in competitive sports. This can be seen in good and bad ways for an athlete's mental health. In a bad way, bad pressure in sports can create anxiety, can cause an athlete to lose focus on the sport or the things important to him in life, and it can make his performance on the field life or death. A good example of pressure in sports would be that it can create a strong mental health with an athlete. Exercising your mental health with pressure in sports is a great thing for you. Causing athletes to get out of hard situations and deal with hard situations. Ultimately, this is leading athletes to be able to live in the real world and helping them to deal with these hard situations when they come. According to peaksports.com, former NFL punter John Locke had a testimony on this. He said, "Take it one step at a time, the little details first, and go from there." This is important because it shows that even at the highest level of sports in the NFL, people struggle with pressure. He says you can turn bad situations into good situations if you follow your routine. Mental health in competitive sports can be seen in good and bad challenges. Depression. Some athletes use their sport to relieve stress, and competitive sports can cause pressure in good and bad ways. The next time you see your favorite athlete, know that there's a lot more to them than just that smile on their face or the medal they wear around their neck. They are people just like the rest of us. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Goodbye.